Hi, my name is Elyssa, managing broker of EJ Properties, based right here in beautiful Orange County, California. We're always on here giving information about property management, real estate, the market, talking about our articles. I thought we'd take a step back and talk about who we are, how we started, what we offer as a brokerage. If you follow our channel, we have been getting more subscribers, so thank you. You recognize me. My name is Elyssa. I am the managing broker. I'm also the owner and founder of EJ Properties. I started working in property management in high school. I didn't know that's what it was at the time, which was, 15 years ago. At that time, I was helping clean vacant units for my family. As I watched what my dad did, he helped manage his dad, my grandpa's, buildings, a couple units throughout the city. I'd hear him take calls. Little things stuck with me, like he had a vacancy, his phone was ringing nonstop. So I started helping with my family's properties, and I remember clearly he would be helping with the turnover, the paint, changing out appliances, he would work on repairs. So I watched that through my youth. It never stood out to me that that was going to be my job. I went through a couple different professions as a young adult. I worked in restaurants. I actually moved out to Pasadena after high school. I went and got my culinary degree. Through that time, also worked in restaurants. I moved my way from salad station at an Italian place in Highland Park to managing the pizza and salad station. Moved around to a couple different places. I worked at a tapas restaurant, worked at a taco restaurant for a really well-known chef in LA. I also managed a restaurant called Buddha's Belly that's not there anymore. I thought that restaurants were going to be my thing. I did really well. I was very successful in working in restaurants, managing kitchens. Next on my venture was I completed my bachelor's degree from Cal State Long Beach. Shout out CSULB, where I thought I would work in teaching. I was working towards my teaching credential. I got stuck. I was trying to teach Spanish, and on the 5th test, it was too advanced for my Spanish. It's very intense, the competency for that. And at that point, I was also substitute teaching. I was working within some local districts. Shout out Garden Grove Unified. I really love that school district. I was also working in Huntington Beach High School. I love restaurant work, but I'm a mom, and that doesn't work well for me at this time in my life. I like teaching, but I don't want to go back for a multiple subject credential. It'd be a whole nother year and a half. I remember the work that I did in my youth, one of my jobs helping my dad. So I decided to get my real estate license. I thought that I would go work in property management. That was my initial goal. As I became a licensed agent after I went to my classes and I was a salesperson, I started working in Newport at a brokerage. There I learned some wholesaling. I worked with somebody in the brokerage. I did not like wholesaling at all. I also was a part of the team there. Something about sales that's really tough is people don't realize real estate agents don't get paid unless they close a deal. So you can be a brand new agent, you just spent money on classes, getting your DRE license, getting your MLS set up, paying to your local board, and doing everything, getting business cards and everything, and go months without making any money. So that's where I was at. And so I looked for jobs. I found an opening through a temp agency at a local team underneath a large brokerage. In that team, they were looking for property management, and I started out at the lowest. I had 3 people above me and a manager. I worked my way up to property manager. I would say kind of like office manager for property management. That was for over 200 units. I had a great time. It was very successful. I did a lot of huge jobs. We moved from not trust accounting into trust accounting. That was a change I led completely. I taught our office on how to streamline certain processes. I also showed everybody where to find the information for what to follow, the rules that we follow in property management. I had team meetings. I watched the company finances, so from a company level, but also I was very integrated with all of the management, all of the tenants, and all of the clients and owners that we assisted. I was the first one. I'd answer the phone, I would talk to them directly. I started getting a little bit busier towards when I was leaving to be doing a little bit more admin work. Became the person that if there was an issue, it was going to me. I had that job for about a little over 2 years. That's some background on where I come from in business, in work, in ethics. I did leave that job with the intention to starting my own business. I always had wanted to own my own business from my very first job, which was a pizza shop. Right here, shout out Munchies, a little local pizza shop in Huntington Beach. That at that time was the old owner, Mark, my first boss, and he was amazing. He showed me inventory. He showed me recipes and admin work, payroll. He would show me, I had so many questions, and he, instead of being concerned that I had questions, he would teach me. I was so inspired that he had run this pizza shop for so long, successfully, small business, and I wanted to do that. So every venture that I went into, I always imagined what it would look like opening a business. It all kind of came together for me in property management, where I wanted to open up initially a property management company. Realized that by forming that company, I opened the door to a brokerage. That's really what we opened. I did that because I wanted to help people buy and sell. We work with a lot of investors and they move their portfolio around. We want to be your real estate advisors. It's myself. We have one sales agent at this time. Her name is Anne. And we also have some assistants with media. Shout out Zach. That's our team at this time. We'll be hiring an assistant coming soon for the admin side. There's changes and developments. We're just under a year old. Our birthday is in October. So that's about us. We love working with our clients. We love working with investors. We love helping people buy and sell. For us, it's about that advisor relationship. There's a lot that goes into wealth building, generational wealth, and that's what we want to help every client achieve. And that's really our inspiration. So beyond everything else, we're inspired to help our clients build on what they have. If they have to sell, I always talk about have to sell. If they have to sell, they have to sell. There's reasons why you have to sell. If you don't have to sell, I always suggest that you don't. And that's probably very different advice than most realtors give. But again, I'm not just a realtor. I have a long history of other business. My intention and what drives me as a business owner, as a realtor, as a property manager, as an advisor, is what's best for my clients. That's what fiduciary duty is about. It's not about my commission. Sorry, we use the word compensation now. But it's not about what I gain. That's an opposite of a fiduciary duty. Every time we work with a client, we sign an agency relationship that talks about fiduciary duty. That's putting your client's interest before your own. On that note, I wanted to just give some information about who we are, how we formed. We're based here in Huntington Beach. We're over off of Warner and Beach. We work throughout Orange County. We also have some work in Riverside County. We manage 5 units out in the desert. We talk about expert care and tailored solutions, and that's what we provide. Expert care is because we read, we learn, we provide the most accurate information to assist our clients. Tailored solutions because it's not one size fits all. Some clients need things done a certain way, and I really think that speaks to what drives us is client focus, client first. I really appreciate every time we have a view, every time we have a new subscriber. I just feel like we're one step closer for people to understand that we are on your side, ready to help. You just give us a call, send us an email, use our contact page on our website. I can't wait to talk with you. If you're looking for more of our content on YouTube, you can subscribe. We do post new videos Friday morning. We post articles also on our website Friday morning, and we send an email out every fortnight, which, if you don't know, back in the time, it used to be every 14th night, which shortened to a fortnight. And so every fortnight, every 2 weeks, if you're interested in joining that email, hit us up on the contact form and we'll add you in. Thank you so much for joining us.